if I do.
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Turn on the radio.
Get ready.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
No, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. We're doing the show.
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Ooh, you're gonna love today's show, I guarantee it. It's a very special. It's Covino and Rich, and welcome to the Covino and Rich West Coast Road Trip. Look back at 2016 special.
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Can we tighten that up a bit?
No,
It's fine.
It's our West Coast CNR special. We took a road trip in 2016, and you're going to come along for that journey. This was our second road trip. We have stories to tell, memories to relive, and thanks to give, because you guys were part of it. We appreciate it. We look back, but first and first, mostly, we be rocking out. Let's go! Yeah! Road tripping! Road tripping with my favorite allies, Covino, Rich, and Spot, and you guys. Now, to really take you back into the mindset, Rich.
Take you back.
Gotta rewind. You're looking for the 2015 when we did our first road trip. This is what inspired the thought and the footage in our little mini documentary we're going to share with you today. In 2015, we moved our show from New York to LA officially.
Palm trees.
Palm trees, Mom.
Fortune and glory.
But what we said was, why don't we
makes me
drive cross country
makes me
and
sad.
yeah,
Front of my old house.
that's us leaving
My old
the
house.
East Coast for the West Coast in Spot's driveway when we were wearing huge basketball shorts.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And ready for new
Well,
adventures.
dude, it's 9 years ago. That's 9 years ago.
Right.
Styles have changed.
So that's 2015,
Shoes in my
and
way.
we traveled from the East Coast to the West Coast. We stopped at about 4 or 5 cities in between. We partied, and we had such a great time. If you were there, we appreciate that. But then the light bulb went off, and we said, yeah, this is a great way to meet our listeners. We got to do this again someday. So fast forward 2016, we said, why don't we do a road trip going up the West Coast, since we now live on the West Coast, and meet some listeners along the way and have a great time doing it. And that's exactly what we did. But we figured we'd film it.
Yeah. You know what? I feel as though when I look back at all our road trips,
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, across the country, I'm not just saying this. I feel like there was something special about that West Coast, Vancouver down to San Diego. I feel like we met a lot of people. I feel like there were stories to be told. I just really enjoyed that trip.
And yeah, each event was packed. We went from Vancouver to Seattle to Portland to San Francisco to San Diego. And
How many miles did we cover?
what made it interesting too was we worked with a guy at SNY named Matt,
Yeah.
and we met him in New York. We worked with him for a few years in New York City, and we said, hey, dude, why don't you come and document this? Because he ran the cameras. He's opposite of Spot.
Oh, right there.
Right
Yeah.
there. That's Matt. So that's our crew at SNY. And we said, Matt, you're a camera guy. You know how to edit. You're a good dude. He was a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Why don't you come on this road trip and we'll pay you to film and edit this little mini documentary of our road trip. So what made it also memorable, Rich, not only the cool adventures we had, we shared this with Matt, our old pal from SNY.
And to give perspective,
There's Matt in action.
where we were back in 2016, I happened to just scroll through the phone.
Yeah.
Right before this road trip, we had interviewed Travis Kelce, of all people, the biggest star in the world today, the biggest football star.
What?
You know, that was right
This is when he was
around the
like-
road trip.
This is when he was like normal.
Look how big he looks. Jeez Louise.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a little comparison size-wise.
It's my shirt.
An NFL star and, regular 6-foot dudes.
Yeah. Monster.
He's like a normal guy. Now he's like weird.
That was chasing Kelsey days, he was promoting his dating show.
Not to mention, he really beefed up since now.
It's the beard and it's love. Yeah. He gained weight. You know where else we
It's all
were?
those sushi dates.
I didn't know you were going to bring up Travis Kelce, but speaking of love, my life was sort of in shambles at this point.
Yeah.
I remember turning 40 around the time we were leaving for the road trip.
You're a man.
I was a man. I was 40. So, again, we're taking you back to August 2016. I had just turned 40 years old. That's the last picture, I believe, of my ex and my daughter, all of us together.
Hey. Let Rich bring up your divorce.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Rich. Go ahead. Take it away.
Why are you taking my thunder?
Come on.
Wasn't this around the time you got divorced?
Absolutely. And that was us in Joshua Tree celebrating my 40th. In
Yeah.
fact, don't we have pictures
I
of us?
have a picture of you, Melody,
yeah.
your buddy Mark, and I hiking.
There we are.
A rare shot of me in a tank top. I don't really wear tank tops often. Maybe I should.
You should.
I
good
mean,
look.
your shoulder caps are a little pale
Yeah,
there.
you gotta work
but-
I know I got to tan those bad
Go do
boys.
some shrugs.
Only bring that up for time reference and to show you where I was mentally. Now, Rich and Spot, they're excited to be out here in California officially for the first time. I'm wondering, hey, is it really a good time for me to leave, being that my life is falling apart, my marriage is falling apart? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it was my only option, but it was heavy on my mind. I'll just leave it at that. Heavy on my mind, heavy on my heart. Meanwhile, I'm taking hours and hours and hours of road trips with nothing but my thoughts in front of me. So it's amazing looking back how I was able to balance the real life stuff and trauma I was going through, but still have fun along the way. I really did have a great time. But I remember feeling a little heavy hearted. And when you're the only guy, it's a little weird.
Well,
it is.
There's something very special about this road trip, and very, my goodness, like when I tell you life changing, like literally one of the biggest life changing butterfly effect situations in my life for sure. We had planned this West Coast road trip, and logistically, our old boss, I don't know if it was Don at the time or if it was Craig Schwab or Tim Sabian. I don't even know who the fuck our boss was.
Bob Cross, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
We were in L.A. I think it was Don.
Yeah. Whatever the case may be, we were putting this broadcast together for each city. Again, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, San Diego. And logistically, I think the boss and Spot came to an agreement that
I think it was me because you've always credited me. Even though
Hey,
you never
Klug.
Yes,
was it you?
it was me. You never credit me properly. with
Why
anything.
wouldn't it be Spot? But we
If
decided.
anything, it was like probably a negative thing that I had to reschedule it, but it turned out being positive.
So the road trip got pushed back a week or so from when we originally said we were going to do it. And the week we were supposed to be on the road trip was the weekend I got Sarah pregnant with Emmy. So had Spot's lazy, I'm kidding. I mean, Don, was it Wicklund?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, because the week we would have been away is the week that
Doesn't matter.
we got pregnant. So it was a life changer, because had we gone with the original plan, Emmy wouldn't be here. Facts. Emmy would not be here.
That's crazy.
Had we went with the original
You're welcome.
Spot. Thank you so much, Klug,
Honestly,
everybody.
you should celebrate me on Emmy's birthday every year.
Yeah.
Spotty.
So this story starts in Seattle, believe it or not, because how do you do a West Coast road trip? How do you go from Vancouver to San Diego and meet thousands of people along the way?
Along the way.
I have to be honest. I don't remember taking the flight, but I do remember being in Seattle, and I remember what a great time it was.
Yeah.
I remember going to Starbucks. I remember being by the fish market and everything. I remember taking it in. But again, I remember feeling really somber along the way.
That's not when you did that. So let's make it clear.
Really?
We went to Seattle.
Yeah.
And then we didn't hang around. We rented a car to go up to Vancouver.
That's all we did?
No. We're going to take you on this journey as well.
Okay.
We went to
By
Seattle.
the way, I think you're both like half right, half wrong.
we had
So
to we had to rent a car in the States.
Well, yeah.
So we didn't fly to Vancouver and start the road trip. We had to go north and then back down south.
We were given because we did a car deal with a partner, so we couldn't pick it up in Canada. It had to be picked up in the States. So we said, okay, we're starting from, since we can't start in Vancouver, we're starting in Seattle. We'll fly into Seattle, pick up the car, drive north and back.
Yeah. So we went wrong. No, you were like, we hung out in Seattle. No, we just went right to Vancouver. Then later in the road trip, hung out in Seattle.
I could be
But
wrong.
Seattle was there just to
Man,
pick
you
up.
just confused this whole story for no reason, at all.
But we spent time in Seattle before driving to Vancouver. It wasn't because when we came back down, we didn't have time to hang around. We had like an extra day at the beginning of the trip to experience Seattle a little bit. Then we drove up to Vancouver, spent time in Vancouver, did our broadcast, came back down. Vancouver, eh?
So you want to start the road trip off in Vancouver?
Part 1, CNR in Vancouver for our West Coast road trip. Let's take a look back, and then we'll come back and talk about what we remember from that. And then the next stop, Seattle.
What does it look like to you, Covino, when you look straight ahead? Like, do you feel European? Do you feel Canadian? Do you feel American? What do you feel?
Different, I can tell you that.
Like the street signs and the poles and all that shit, because that is different. Like, this is not New York City architecture. You wouldn't see that. That is not an American-looking bridge. How do you not see that?
Road trip part 2.
What's up, Vancouver?
How you guys doing? We are here, Vancouver. Day 1 of the road trip. We are Covino and Rich. I feel like I'm in a different place. I can't put my finger on why or what makes it different. I feel like it's a vibe that you really can't explain. That makes you feel like you're in a different
Foreign
place.
land.
In a
I'm in a foreign land. I don't know what's going on.
I'm in a foreign land. Looking around like, look at this place. This place is so weird. But it's not.
There's
you know?
nothing weird about
There's
this
really
place.
nothing weird about it, but there's something. Collectively, it all adds up
Yeah.
to new and different to me, and I'm excited to be here.
So, Spot goes to book the car, and he gets to the counter, and there's a complete douche ass hat at the counter. You know the person that takes their job at the rental car place?
Yeah.
A bit too serious? Ask Spot, well, where's your AARP card? Spot booked like a senior citizen discount rate. You know when you book shit. You know when you book a hotel and you're like, yeah, I'm a member of AAA, knowing they'll never check that shit.
You get to the end, they say, oh, discount code. Oh, let me see what I can find online.
Right.
So this toupee wearing buffoon,
He wasn't having it.
he's like, I'm not having it. Where's your AARP retirement old person card?
You don't look like you're retired.
All Spotty he had was a Charlie Brown handshake club card. What else?
So we spend the next, what would you say, hour and a half to 2 hours maybe
About an hour and a half.
Yeah, and Spot is on the phone, and he looks at us and he goes, I will win this. And you know what? After about an hour and a half of talking to every possible person on the phone, Spot gets the price back down
Yeah.
to $800.
Spotty,
Spot.
everybody!
Spot.
Spotty always wins in the end.
Spot.
Spot.
So, Covino, Spot said it before, and you guys didn't make fun of it.
What?
Look at every possible color green is represented. Look like just out.
I said it before, and you fucking laughed in my face.
No, but it's like every.
I need some
You're right. Every hue of green. It's every hue of green. Every hue of green. Every hue of green as far as the eyes can see. Because it is every hue of green.
Every hue
You
of
look out.
green.
Light green, dark green, like middle green. Every green color.
Yeah,
If you're,
I'll tell
if
you.
you're like a Sherman-Williams paint shop, it'd be every fucking color of green. You look out, and that's Washington.
It's like a Bob Ross sort of,
Spot almost
That's
broke.
funny.
Spot would have been the one to sell us out.
That was hardcore though. They put us through the extra check though for whatever
Oh my
reason.
god, that was so fun. Like, are you here for work? I thought eventually you were gonna be like, well, yeah, work. I was. Oh my goodness,
Oh, man.
dude, I'll tell you what happened there.
They made
Spot
us-
broke. Spot broke.
They checked our IDs to see if there's any remnants or traces of drugs on them, and our phones.
So we finally make our way here. We get to the border.
We have to keep our story straight.
We weren't sure deep down inside if we needed some type of like work visa thing. Our story is we're going to visit friends in Canada. We flew into Seattle. We have an extra day. We're just going to go visit. Nothing about work. So we thought we were in the clear. You can't imagine Covino and I with Spot. We can't be serious for more than 20 seconds.
Spot was kind of like awkward about it. Like, yeah, we got what's in the boxes? I don't know, like stuff, like tchotchkes.
Then we get inside and they start swabbing us for drugs. You guys have any drugs? They're really getting in our face, and we're trying to like be lighthearted about like, yeah, we're good. Hey, no, we're like, listen, no drugs, no guns, we're good. Hey, and finally, like, all right, we're gonna ask you one last time. Any drugs or anything? Out of nowhere, Spot goes, oh, marijuana.
Spotty cracked.
He cracked. He straight up fucking cracked.
Spotty
Spot,
cracked.
never rob a bank with that guy because he will sell you.
Honest guy. You should have honest friends.
Spotty cracked.
How long have you guys been Covino Rich fans?
About 8 years. 5 years. Since Maxim.
Since 2007.
About a year and a half.
Vancouver.
About 4 hours, but they're pretty good, man.
They're hilarious.
Something different every day, and the way they are together, they're just animals on the radio.
My parents wanted
Keeps
to go
our
golf
day
at
live,
Bridal Falls
keeps them
golf
going.
course there.
Keeps it entertaining.
Down in some way.
I expected more gold chains, Covino. I gotta be
More
honest.
gold chains.
When Rich came up and talked to me, I was a little bit starstruck.
Oh boy.
How's Layla?
She's great. Yeah.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
You guys are that, you know,
Thank you,
those
man.
people I listen to, and you feel like you know you.
You do, though.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
The relationships that people develop through the show, like Justin in Utah and Drew
Mac in Nashville.
Freshie, those guys are like some of the best friends now. I met those guys through you.
Yeah.
I became really good friends with those guys because of the show.
Yeah.
The commonality between everything and everybody that wants to talk about the same things that you guys are into, and it's great to see.
Oh, Vancouver, thank you so much for everything. I mean,
Yeah, for welcoming us to your state, your country.
even though it was so different.
Oh my God! Yeah, had a blast. It's so cool to see the people and to know that they're actually all cool people, not a bunch of mutants.
Without
you
a
know?
doubt. Vancouver, thank you. Vancouver.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Welcome back to the CNR West Coast Road Trip Special. Look back at 2016 when we went from Vancouver to San Diego. Day one, Vancouver. Hope you enjoyed that. I remember that broadcast. I remember picking out my outfit. I remember being there, taking in the skyline. I remember
my outfit.
Yeah,
that's what you
I
remember.
remember that. Of
That's
course.
your memory.
I remember rocking that. Yes.
That's your memory.
Yes.
Not
yes.
the cool people we met, not the scenery,
was
not the
getting to
beautiful
that.
mountains in Vancouver, not the cool water or whatever that thing is.
I remember.
Not the roof deck. I remember picking out my outfit.
I wore a fucking sweet chain that day.
Are you serious?
So, what were your takeaways?
My takeaways from Vancouver, I thought it was.
Covino's outfit.
I've been there twice now, and I can only think of your shirt.
I remember pulling up and thinking,
beautiful.
okay, cool. This is cool. It's a cool place.
I remember thinking the venue was great. I remember learning about patio season.
Yeah.
I remember being like, yo, this place is sweet. And they're like, yeah, it's sweet, but it's not like this all year round. Now, I've been to Vancouver since, and it's always been great. I feel like I've always timed it perfectly, but I thought the crowd was a great sign because I remember thinking, is anyone going to come to our Vancouver event? And we met a lot of great people. I remember sitting outside that roof deck patio,
Yes.
overlooking the water.
Beautiful.
And I remember later that night getting into some shenanigans with some listeners. We did go to an adult establishment.
Really?
Well, we had to because it was that famous one that like was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
That everyone goes to where they wear like the glass shoe. I don't know. There's something about it.
I'm not even joking. Was I there?
Yes.
Really?
you
At the adult establishment?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
We got
that.
the
I don't
van.
remember. I really
remember.
don't.
We all hopped in the van, and I remember Cheryl hopped in the van with us,
Okay.
and we all drove to
a bunch of people. We took a bunch of different cars because people were like, oh, we want to go A. And
Didn't we meet Gordon Lee and he approved our Asian jokes?
Gordon
Yes, we met Gordon Lee.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, listen, I'm an Asian guy. I love all your Asian jokes. So
Let me see. Wait, let me find out. Oh,
there he is.
He gave us permission to do it. I remember it was Gordon Lee approved for a long time.
Lee approved.
So yeah, I do
Cheryl.
remember how beautiful it was. Props to Cheryl. I don't remember hitting the nudie bar, but I'm sure if he showed me a picture or showed me some ass cheeks, I'd be like, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
But I remember being there and trying to take it all in and just, again, of course, connecting and meeting the people of Vancouver and sharing some drinks. It was a great time. A great way to start the trip for sure.
And then it was on to Seattle. Sorry, it's so convoluted. But no, we went to Seattle, went to Vancouver, and then we're like, all right, now we have to go back into the United States. And we went to Seattle, Washington, and we went to the OG Starbucks. I remember going there with you guys. We went to see the Space Needle.
Yes. Again, my first time there. We saw the bubblegum wall, whatever that is. I'm like, I know all these things. Growing up a Seattle rock fan, you know, a lot of those things were only things I saw in music videos. And it's like, oh, cool, this is badass. And I just remember the feeling of being in Seattle and thinking it was cool and walking around the streets. And
Aren't
of course,
we cool?
Our cool broadcast. Met lots of people there. So I don't want to keep you waiting for part 2.
Oh.
So let's get into it. Day 2 of our West Coast road trip, Covino and Rich. Seattle. Boom.
Rich, where are we right now?
The Dutch, because that's where people in Canada go, according to my dad.
Hey, Richie.
Hey,
gotta
Richie.
be honest,
The Dutch.
tried the Dutch. Come to find out, it's just like a Denny's out here.
Yeah.
It's
Way
like
to
a-
go, Dad. It's the IHOP of Vancouver.
It's like a chain place.
The Dutch. What's up, Seattle?
Hey, we made it.
Hey!
We made it. Covino and Rich's road trip.
How funny.
Dude. Vancouver, man, we didn't know what to expect. It was beautiful. We had a great time.
Do you guys feel like you're way different than Canadians? I can't understand how they just keep drinking like they're animals.
They start early and they're the last ones home, and I don't know how they do it. You know, considering how much we drank yesterday, we woke up feeling pretty good. Is it something in the air that allows you to drink a little more? I don't know.
Because I feel good today. When we say Seattle, grunge rock from the 90s, coffee, and
Jay Buhner.
And Ken Griffey Jr., what are we missing? What do you feel like your city's known for?
Bikini baristas. There's these baristas, they wear bikinis or less, pasties, and they make a lot of money, you know, tips.
How much you have to tip
baristas?
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
Yeah, we actually just came from one. So
no, seriously?
Yeah, she's lived here for 2 years and never been to one. So on the way down here from Tacoma, we stopped by one to show her.
Wow.
You wad up a dollar bill, and then they open up their panties, and you shoot baskets into that.
Like one name is Foxy Lady Latte. So you're
Foxy Lady
so
Latte.
you know what you're getting when you go and get a coffee there.
Wow. Look at Jeff, seems to be the expert.
From what I've heard on the news.
Yeah, wow. I had no idea. No idea.
They call me Black Ice. Yes. Haters and lovers alike. I've showered in all 3 of their bathrooms. And let me tell you, Rich Davis never has any body wash. He'll have 15 little bottles upside down. 12 of them is hair conditioner, because it's Rich Davis. None of them have anything in it. So if you ever take a shower at Rich Davis's house, bring your own soap. That's my advice to you.
You're referencing 20 years ago. Everything you're saying, you're talking about Nirvana and Ken Griffey Jr.
Right, but that's my I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's my perspective.
I think you're off the mark. Ask people what do people care? Do people care more about Edgar Martinez or what the Seahawks have been doing over the last couple of years?
Recent history, of course, people are going to be, proud of their football team. When's the last time, a kick-ass rock band really came from here? I don't know.
That's you and your love for the 90s, though.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
How long have you been listening?
Since 07.
Since I met him, so in 2011. Yeah.
They're the best things on Sirius.
They talk about things that we can both relate to, so we can definitely have conversations about what they're saying and kind of relate to them and what they're going through. Every once in a while, I want to reach through the radio and kind of strangle both of them, but for the most part, no. I think they're pretty on point for most of the things that they say.
The beard wasn't as long the last time you saw
No,
him.
it wasn't. That was quite a shock.
Really is Louis C.K.'s
I
mugshot.
have friends in college.
Yeah, you got friends in college.
What do you think? I lived in a hole until you two came along?
I think we sort of made you. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, thanks.
2004. Bought it for Christmas. Gift for myself. Since Maxim.
3 years now. Sophomore year of college, so 11, 12 years, something like that. Yeah, long time.
Man, I think I love Spot. I think I love Covino. I think I'm okay with Rich. He kind of creeps me out a little bit. 4 years, but like every time I listen, I get a little tingle in my dingle.
Since 2007, 2008, somewhere in there. I'll download the show from the day and listen to probably 45 minutes to an hour, and I do that every single day, so I'm never watching it live, which is cool.
I have been a Covino Rich listener for about 10 years. I have her to thank for it because she bought me the Sirius XM radio for my birthday. And as soon as I turned the radio on, I found them and I haven't stopped listening.
9 years at least. They're the same age as me, so I kind of just grew up and had the same issues as they did, and it's just something relatable.
That being said, everybody here in Seattle, if you look under your seats, you're all getting hugs! Every one of you, you're getting hugged! You're getting hugged! You're all getting hugs tonight. I can't wait. Until then, arrivederci, baby. See you in the promised land. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Hold it.
Welcome back to the West Coast Road Trip 2016, Covino and Rich. It's our very special. 8 years ago, I still got that hoodie, and I stole that shirt from you.
I still got that hoodie.
Yes.
I remember your outfits, dude. It's
I still got it.
Is that really your memories?
And that shirt, yeah, because I associate my memories with what I was wearing, that era of my life. And that shirt that Rich is wearing, I ended up stealing it because he left it at ESPN and I needed a shirt to wear or something. So I have that shirt till this day when I'm feeling vato loco.
I'm so fascinated with your attachment to material things like clothing. Like,
Well, I'm also attached to the memory. That's us in front of the original Starbucks. I had a great time there. Day 2 in Seattle. It was a lot of fun, man. Look at all the people that came out to party with us.
I have a Seattle memory, and I gotta throw it on you because I forgot his
Did we
name.
hit another nudie joint? Because I don't remember.
No, that was the fish market.
Oh, I just remember the smell.
Good one, Rich. No, there was. All right, I got one. Let's see if you remember his name.
Okay.
Oh, I remembered.
Oh,
I
thank
remembered.
God. Because
I remembered.
So Seattle,
remember, you gotta remember, I was going through a lot here, man.
I remember we were at a brewery near
Lumen Field.
Yeah.
Near where the Seahawks play.
Right.
And we could see where the Seahawks play from the bar. And there was a guy that was going around tapping everyone's nuts.
Who's the nut
And he was
tapper?
grabbing balls. And his name was?
Black Ice?
Big redhead guy.
No. Filipino dude. Special Jeff.
Special Jeff.
Special Jeff.
I know who you were talking about.
Special Jeff.
Guy in the white shirt?
Dude, Special Jeff was going around tapping everyone's nuts.
I mean, who's the big redheaded guy that was tapping my nuts?
And don't you remember we explored Spot? We explored that area quite a bit. We went to some bars. We ended up getting like a coffee later that night.
One of my college friends was that the girl in the checkered shirt.
Our life is a
remember
weird
we
life.
fucked her in the ass and then we
stop it.
It really is a weird journey life because Special Jeff was a big part of our journey in our life for a minute, and I haven't heard from him in 8 years probably. So Seattle, man, it was great to be there. Again, a look back at our CNR West Coast road trip. It's our second road trip.
Oh, here's Special Jeff.
Yeah, I remember Special Jeff. He even came to our conventions in New York.
Yeah, Special Jeff was going around and his whole thing was like, yo, what's up? And he'd like go to slap you, he'd go to like tap your nuts.
Yeah.
This is right after he tapped Covino's nuts.
Look how happy I am. I look more Asian than he does.
Special Jeff.
So yeah, great time. And really, you know, you're joking about all I remember is that Foo Fighters shirt that I got at Target. No, I remember the connections that we made. You know, I remember the people that we had fun with.
Rich, do you know where you got the shirt?
No clue. I don't even know if I own it. I probably threw it out. I have no clue.
But a great time.
Foo Fighters shirt from Target.
It's great. I love it.
Great time in Seattle. Again, that was day 2 of our West Coast road trip, which leads us to...
This is what Covino wore on our West Coast road trip special spectacular.
I know. I love it. We're on to Portland.
On to Portland.
Let's go.
Seattle.
Hey guys, we're in Seattle.
Seattle.
Where's Starbucks? I'm in Seattle, bitch. Which word is flannel? How cute.
Excited spot.
Very excited. It's the original. You know what, guys? Stank Ocean.
And the
Hold on, just a second. They're gonna
steak
move
is
up and
young.
then I'll have it. Okay.
And the steak.
Stank. Oh, well then. He must be awesome.
He's all right.
She's Anastasia. That's
You should go out and say hi.
Thanks.
That's your name for the past 20 minutes.
Okay.
And the steak is young.
Anthony, believe it.
OG. Pretty cool.
Doesn't taste any better.
It's the same. It's good. Oh my god, like it's the greatest caramel macchiato I've ever had. I knew it. Check me out, bro. Check me out, dude.
This guy's dope.
Oh yeah.
Coffee latte, backpacking nature.
I feel like it would be almost be too hippy dippy for me.
But it is. I think it is actually. Seattle, bro. Seattle. Portland, Oregon, we are here. Please make some noise. Thank you.
I'm down with this place already. I love it.
So I'm trying to cover it all. I high-five the hobo. I'm having a good craft beer here at the River Pig Saloon, and I just need a donut and a butt cheek. Come on.
Well, I gotta welcome you guys to Portland. I mean, we are weird, right?
Yeah.
So, welcome to Portland, yes. I wanted to say you guys are hilarious and awesome. I've had such a great time. I'm very excited to see you guys out and about tonight. Also, if you
woman host, I'm on the team.
Now you're on the team?
No, I love to travel around with you guys, and you guys are awesome.
I'm Brian.
And how long have you been a listener?
7 years at least. The thing that people remember is I had a bachelor party question for a friend in need about what crosses the line at a bachelor party.
When do you go too far?
Yeah, so that was a good. They spent a couple segments on that, and a lot of people called in. And so after that happened, everybody in my bridal party listened to that whole clip because I taped it, and I was like, "You got to hear this." So it was pretty funny. Everybody enjoyed it.
All right, but here's the other funny story about the inner workings of our road trip. Rich and Matt come into our room. Me and Spot are still getting ready. Matt comes in on his high horse, gets off the saddle, busts open the door. Him and Matt walk into. He goes in disgust. Look at this place. Just look at this mess. Look at this. Wow. And then he looks at us in disgust. And I'm not even. He goes, "It smells like fart." It did. Like fart, Matt.
Now, we might have to go and see Rich.
And
it was gross in there.
But we just got out of the shower, man.
It was one night.
It's like a hot, steamy situation.
It literally looked like you were there for a week.
Yeah, but
I gotta be honest. You're like the kind of person that completely explodes their suitcase when they're done.
I was picking out I was just getting my gear ready. That's all.
Honestly, the first person that said, "Hey, listen to Channel 20," which was Octane. Said, "Listen to this guy." Once I turn it on, it's Covino. What is he doing as usual? Promote the shit out of the show.
Right. There you go.
It was 07, 06, somewhere in there. But it's been that long.
Yeah. So far on this road trip, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, it's a great part of the country that, being the fact that we're originally New York guys living in California now, I George Foreman guarantee, so many friends I have on the East Coast have never been here, and it's a fucking shame because Portland, Seattle, Vancouver, that whole Pacific Northwest, it's a part of the country that no one in the East Coast visits, and they're fools
That's why
because
we're
it's
so
great.
fortunate, so happy to be part of this, man.
On that note, I think we're done.
Yeah, we are done. Thank you
Donuts and
again.
buckets.
River Pig Saloon, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow in San Francisco. Until then, we're in there. See you in the promised land. All right, goodbye.
First of all, tails and eggs.
Tail!
Welcome back to CNR's West Coast Road Trip Special 2016. Hope you're enjoying the look back. I remember finding Matt, who edited these videos, who came on the trip with us, our good pal Matt, who wore a funny hat on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's all we know him by.
I remember his vibe was different. He captured a different vibe in my opinion. It was very he had a very different vibe in the videos. Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
We had Thanksgiving with Matt. That's how tight we were.
But I appreciated the vibe he brought because I thought it was different from what we would have went with and chose. We gave him the creative freedom to choose the beds and the music and the editing. He had a way of letting the adventures breathe in his film. And we hope you're enjoying it. Now, Portland, what stands out to me the most, of course, the people. Yeah. And the turnout, because who's going to show up?
I remember having a good conversation with Green Optimus.
Yes.
I remember talking to Green Optimus quite a bit in Portland. We met some really good people there.
What's cool about it is you're putting faces with the names that you've known for all these years. Green Optimus was just a weird avatar that we knew. Oh, you're him? Cool. So, these are special moments for us.
But the nudie bars.
They're precious moments.
But when it comes to this particular day and night, there was something weird about the Devil Bar we ended up at.
We ended up at a strip club that had some type of
the Titty Twister.
It was like the Titty Twister
because they all turned into vampires.
It had a devil theme, and I remember one thing more than anything.
Wasn't it with
these girls?
These two girls.
These girls and a couple other girls.
And a girl we referred to as Busted Fergie, which was very mean because she was very sweet.
But there were these girls that
her.
For some reason we're like, hey guys, come party in Portland. And
you guys are in Portland for one night.
Like
we have to show you a good time.
We really
they took us to a nudie place or a weird bar. First, they took us to a swanky bar.
A swanky bar.
That was cool.
And I remember thinking like, none of us are trying to hook up with these girls.
No.
We're all taken, but
Like,
they were very like.
We were at a very like chill spot,
like hospitality almost. Like, hey, come this way.
And I remember that like this place was. We walked to it. It was around the corner.
Yeah.
It was Swank with 2 A's.
And I remember how perfect to be at a swanky place. I had my sweet 5'4" button down on.
fucking Christ.
And I remember like, yo, this is perfect, man. 5'4" really hooked it up. I remember at that time.
Rich reused his plaid shirt. He just buttoned it this time.
Yeah, of course.
No,
you
but
of course you don't remember. You put no thought into it.
I mean, I was in Portland. I figured I was in the Northwest. Very like,
These girls, huh?
Yo, looking back, they're cute.
Yeah,
But again, I wasn't in that mindset.
Yeah, we weren't. Of course, we weren't. But they were just nice, and they were like, "Hey, here's the hot spots." Like we go to cities, and sometimes it's really who is the most aggressive person to be like, "You got to go to this bar. You got to go to this bar." Like when we were just in Eugene, Oregon, or Nashville, there's always gonna be someone that whoever is the alpha or the influencer will be like, let's go here now.
Right.
And I think
you
those girls
you have to bring me smart. You can't be like, oh, when you're in Portland, go to this
here.
place.
No.
Go here. I'm not going.
Well, the
were
swanky
if you
place
bring me
they
there,
took
I'm
us
going.
to was very close to where we broadcasted, I remember.
Yeah.
And then we all got in a car and we ended up at this place. It was called like El Diablo or something like that. It really was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it was some weird strip joint.
They only
It was
took
so weird.
They only took $2 bills.
Yeah, it was the weirdest place.
Well, I thought what was cool about it is that you would give them money and they would cash you out in $2 bills. So if you're like, here's $100, they'd give you 52s.
Not that anything happened. And you know me, I love telling the truth. Not that anything happened, but I feel like we all kind of like, there were 3 girls and we all just kind of like went off into, like, you were in a booth with one of the girls, I was in a booth, and I
I remember getting lap dances there.
From the,
But,
like, they were like,
I don't think the girls were any of those girls we met. I think we were just talking to girls at the strip club because I remember looking at the bar.
I was hanging out with Fergie.
I know. No.
At the main stage, I remember
Busted
sitting
Fergie.
there, Busted Fergie.
Because
And I remember
those
her-
girls.
This is what I remember. I remember Busted Fergie getting a lap dance, and like the stripper pulling her top off, so she was just sitting there without a shirt.
I just remember it being oddly bright in there for a strip joint. Like, really?
I can
weird.
I can promise you, the girls that we went to the swanky place with,
Nothing happened with
no,
the girls.
No, I'm saying those were not the girls that I at least were getting lap dances with at the strip club, because I remember looking out to the main stage after I had gotten a lap dance. You know when you get a lap dance and then you're like, all right, where are my buddies? And I see Spot at the center bar.
With
And
Busted Fergie.
some girl, maybe the Busted Fergie girl, but some other girl just had her titties out, like flopping them by Spot's head. I'm like, what is going on here?
Busted Fergie.
And then I remember we all made the decision, like, let's get the fuck out of here.
It was weird.
No, these
They're about to
girls-
turn into vampires. Let's go.
Honestly, these girls were like, I mean, this is a bad analogy, but like the old lady in Billy Madison. She's like, or was it? No, Wedding Singer. Sorry. I want to watch you eat it. These girls wanted us to have fun
So
at
much.
the strip club that they were like just sitting there watching us get lap dances. And we're so excited for us having fun because they brought us there. We're like, okay.
That's why I think I felt weird about it.
It was
I'm like,
like very weird
something
scenario.
demonic
There
about
was nothing
the
like-
night after like 10 p.m.
There was nothing like these girls wanted us. There was nothing like that.
yeah. Listen.
It was.
I
and
know,
I'm not, like-
I know you're saying this.
It
so
feels like
that-
a weird dream,
No,
man.
I
I
know.
don't remember.
I know you're saying this so that so there's no confusion.
There's no implication that
Yeah.
like we were trying to do something shady.
we
Hey,
weren't.
man, I was going through it, so it doesn't matter for
But
me.
I'm saying, I know what Spot's doing. He's making it very clear that we didn't do anything wrong because we didn't. But that night, these girls were so oddly into the idea of us having fun that it felt like we were going to get murdered. Like they were like, guys, you love those lap dances, right? In fact, I'll buy you another dance. And like, yes, enjoy that lap dance. And you're like, what,
I think we gotta go now.
like, are we going to get shanked here?
They're not lying about that.
It really was like a scene out of Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Like, who are these vixens that are bringing us to this strip club trying to?
Bro, it
Glamorous.
felt too much like they were up to something. I don't know why, and they were probably just being sweet Portland girls. So
guess what? We got in the car. We got back on the road.
Yeah, there we go. And I remember getting back to the hotel, and I have this stamped. Speaking of smut, do you remember the story where Sarah went to send me a sexy pic and sent it to our landlord by mistake?
Yes.
That was while we were in Portland. Because she sent me this photo, And I remember being like, she goes, "You'll never believe it. I accidentally sent this to our landlord by mistake." So that was a weird horned up night for me to begin with, because I remember.
And now we all get to see it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember Sarah being like, "Hey." And I was like, "Oh, hey." But
Hey, I didn't know this was part of the story. Hey, now.
that was August 2016. That was Portland. $2 strip club night. Devils, Rejects. And
so Rich was getting those type of photos, and I was getting nasty grams. With the divorce
you
put upon me.
were getting messages that your stuff's on the front lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
So
from the neighbors.
We moved from
That's a shame.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just trying to put you in the mindset.
And we were on.
By the way, you know what I feel like it's not talked about enough from my perspective? So the way we do these road trips, we actually drive from city to city.
Yeah.
Okay. I drive from city to city. We go out. So like you just described what we did in Portland, right? We still had a lot of ground to cover because we were going from Portland to San Francisco. So what we do is we get on the road, we drive for like a couple hours.
We drive for as long as Spot is like
once I'm tired,
awake. We find like a Holiday Inn Express and then wake up way early and then get to the next broadcast.
Yeah, so it's like we're still in between. That's why a lot of times we can't hang out or hang out late.
And that's
Or
always
I'm
that
like-
was always the narrative. Do you remember? It would be like people be like, "Let's go here, let's go there." And we're like, "Guys, there were times where we had to be like, "Hey guys, we have to get on the road."
Yeah, and I would just be there like the grumpy dad, like, "Let's go, kids."
And remember, we're on Sirius XM.
So there was a hard time.
We have to be on the air.
Not to mention, I got to get places set up, make sure everything's good to go.
Yeah, we had to arrive at a specific time. There's no, hey, we're late, sorry, none of that. Which leads us to day 4. So we drive from Portland to San Francisco for day 4 of the Covino and Rich West Coast road trip. A look back, 2016.
Let's just think of what Portland's known for. Let's just say we experienced everything but the donuts.
Yeah.
Say that? Yeah, is that fair enough?
That's fair enough. And I know I think you told me you sort of want to leave it at that.
No, we had a good time. We had a good time.
Stickers? No, I think we should put them all on.
We're all logoed up and ready to go. These are wall grips from Nation's Photo Lab. Thanks, boys. Look at that. Hilarious.
Great spot.
This is the country, bro. We're mesmerized. Apparently there's like this huge ass mountain that's just kind of floating in the sky. You see it?
Ready to go, Tiger?
My beef stick's longer.
Nice. But yours seems to be a little fatter.
But will we make it in time? That's the question.
I don't know. What time is it saying we get there now? 4:09. Fuck, let's go.
Really is just a beautiful trip, man. And that's a beautiful beard right there.
Thanks, bud.
What's up, guys? Nick, Will, Mario. Nick, Will, Yo, what's up, Vato? Rick the Vato? What's up, Brian? Fear the beard. Vato. Yo, what's up, Pete? How was your Walmart sandwich?
It was aight.
What'd you get? What was on it? Did they make it in front of you or was it prepackaged?
No, it was prepackaged. It was like an Italian hero.
I bought a new beard trimmer. because it has this blue knot extension. This one I bought for $25 at Walmart.
Again.
I think we'll chat later. Time to go. Say goodbye, Covino.
Bye. Later. Later to you.
What's up, San Francisco?
San Francisco's here.
Yeah.
Scooter and Andy. A bunch of other people looking at us like, who are these bozos?
All I'll say is we ended up at a place that I think was the Titty Twister. I feel like we ended up in a place that I thought people were gonna turn into like blood-sucking vampires or
Is
something.
this a vampire bar here? We didn't know what was going on because it seems like every other bar, even if it was positioned to be a regular bar, like nude people just popped out or something because it's more nude bars per capita than any other state and city.
Very interesting night in Portland, Oregon.
Yo, that's Chico. That's Chico. Yo, Chico. Yeah, Chico, the Chico. What's up, bro? And this guy every day hits us up. This guy texts me more than my wife does.
How long have you been listening?
About 4 years. We met him like 4 years ago at Yankee Doodles in Santa Monica. That night we conceived our daughter that night. So we have a little 3.5-year-old,
Thanks
something
to
like
you
that.
guys, we have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know. I top that one.
Yeah.
No, I can't top a question like that.
I'm not actually proud of this one though. Who knew that the next word of the day was such a hit? I didn't know.
Next word of the day. Ambition.
Oh, ambition.
Oh, wait, like Indian Ozzy's like, oh, I already figured it out. My old lady is always fighting. Ambition at me. Oh, ambition.
I'm Scooter.
I'm Andy.
And how long have you been a listener?
I think I've been a listener for 7 years. He just started.
I've been a listener for 7 days. I love them. That's why I'm here.
No, it has nothing to do with me though. You're here because of your 7 days of listening.
Yes, my 7 days of listening is why I'm
Nothing
here.
to do with my 7
Not
years.
because I've been married to her for a decade.
Yeah. The thing that keeps me listening is the fact that they're just completely like normal. There's no bullshit. It's like hanging out with my own friends every day.
Oh man, I listened to these guys since about 2005. It's cool cats, everything you expect.
Since the first month, actually. Yeah, I was
2006.
a freshman in college. Tommy Gosh, Indian Dubro #1. So I was at DVC 1 and DVC 2, I believe. And DVC 1, I mean, it was just an experience where you're meeting all these people that have listened to Covino Rich for years and years, just like you have, and you have this instant bond, and you know, it's a whole day thing, and the drinks are flowing, and you know, I was young and had one too many, and I was like, all right, it's time for me to go home and drive home. And Covino, being the stand-up guy he was, he's like, whoa, you're coming home with me. And you know, I happen to live like 20 minutes away from Covino. This is a townhouse in Jersey. I actually got to see Covino's townhouse in Jersey, and my wife had to pick me up, and I'm like a drunken fool. So not one of my best days, but Covino had my back that time.
I've been a listener for about 10 years now. You know, they have a way to connect with their listeners. They make you feel like you've been friends with them for a long time, and it's hard to explain. They're just all around good guys.
Lonnie.
How long have you been a Covino Rich listener?
About 8 years about now. Came from Sacramento, it's about an hour-and-a-half drive, it's worth it. What keeps me listening is just the daily banter. It's just everyday life, what I'm going through, what they're going through, what my friends are going through, so it's easy, and also it gets me through my work day. If I can listen through work, it helps.
3 years. It was very just comforting to hear them. I got their references, their jokes, and for a couple hours out of the day, it took me out of my headspace, and that was it. And I just, you know, I've been listening to them ever since.
Very hot. This is Max doing this.
Yeah,
So you saw us at our worst. You're in the circle of trust, I think. Oh, okay. All right, take the microphone away. Ariel, everybody. Thank you, man. Go back Thursday. It's so nice to see her.
You guys want to yabba dabba do? All right. There you go. Happy Friday, everybody. San Francisco 2016. Welcome back to the Covino and Rich West Coast road trip. Hope you're enjoying our special. And for those of you that we met along the way, thanks for being part of it. Thanks for checking us out today. You know, that picture on the upper left up there was one of my favorites. I love that one because it was really in the moment.
What were you wearing?
A Lucky t-shirt. It was either my Lucky shirt or an old, let me see, go back.
Wait, hold on. I got to see if I have that photo. Oh, no, I think someone sent it in. Hang on.
All you have to do is
click on
pull that back up.
Yeah, but I want to see if I had the full size original.
But I'm pretty sure I'm wearing a Lucky t-shirt.
I mean, why would you not
From
know?
the Lucky store. I think I'm wearing my...
What's that?
I think I'm wearing a shirt I got from Lucky. Either way, I remember that.
Of course you do.
I remember hanging there that night, and I just remember being in the moment. We were doing a toast to everybody for hanging out with us. Hey, thanks for being out here. West Coast is our new home. We're getting to know the West Coast a little bit. We're in San Francisco, and just a great night. I remember.
Everyone is nice to meet, but there's faces that you put with names, and I just remember. I remember meeting Lonnie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember meeting Indian Ozzy. Guys we've known for a long time. I remember meeting Jaime. Was that the first time? No, we had met Jaime before, but we got to see Jaime in his stomping grounds. There was so many, Kenny Whitman. There was a lot of people that we've known over the years that were at that broadcast.
You're wearing a 5'4" shirt.
Look at that, 5'4".
Yes, I remember that one.
I remember it well.
No, I have a Lucky one that said something too with the same font almost. That's why I thought
there
that.
He is, Lonnie 3000.
Wasn't our boy Miguel there too? Anyway, a lot of people we met along the way, and just a great time, great night. Remember, I really liked the bar.
The Vato pick.
Just a fun time. Remember doing shots. San Francisco's great.
Do you remember going? Did we go to? Was that the Goods?
The Goods.
The Goods.
Pretty good picture. Hey, is that Tommy Gosh?
It is.
Wow.
The Goshinator.
Look at that.
Hey, I do remember Spartacus.
Yes.
Did we end up at like a piano bar? Is that possible?
In San Francisco?
Or some type of loungy, like a very tight, where like there was very limited room to sit or move around. But I feel like we did go out after that. But we had to get on the road because San Diego, not close to San Francisco.
Yeah, we really it was like, when you're drawing something on a piece of paper, but in reverse.
Yeah.
We crammed everything up front, and then we had the whole state of California to drive.
Yeah, we spread out our letters at the end.
Now, not to give away the suspenseful story, because you're about to see day 5, our trip to San Diego, but wasn't that when we were running out of time? It is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you never have enough time.
So I can't remember what we did after San Francisco. I can't remember like the nighttime, if we stayed around or if we just hit the road. That being said, I remember we drove nighttime, middle of the night. We ended up in Coalinga, California. Where is that? I don't know. Somewhere along the way. All I remember is pulling into the hotel.
Wait, so I spent the night in Coalinga, California?
Coalinga, California.
Who knew?
Yeah. When we woke up,
you know what?
I just remember waking up the next day in the morning before we drove down to San Diego. Nothingness everywhere. And it smelled like cow shit.
Wow.
We were just in the middle of nowhere, and there was a Denny's across the street. That's all I knew because we ate at the Denny's, and then we hit the road.
So let's get into it. This is us trying to get to San Diego on time for our broadcast.
We didn't.
But we did it
And
because
you'll
there was
see.
traffic.
Day 5 of CNR's West Coast road trip, San Diego, 2016.
Rub my back condescendingly.
Being serious, like the smell that's out there is like fucking asshole. It's
You know what?
It's like homeless man. It's like oh, it's like
You know, it's all-
rancid pussy or something.
It's all fucking farm fields here. That's cow shit.
Hey, Rich, you even Pompadour, bro?
Outside of me being an incredible control freak.
Yeah. Tweezer.
And that other thing that Rich called you out for last night. What have you learned about us this road trip? I feel like Rich has been filling your head with lies.
Rich probably totally filled his head with lies.
So a whole week's been a lie.
$435, which means that's barring no traffic, extra than what Waze says. I think Spawn will make up some time on the highway, so we may pull up and actually run on the air.
Maybe on Facebook Live to start the show.
Caught up Facebook Live. Not a bad idea. 4:42. Let's go. Oh my god. 18 minutes. 18 minutes early, and that's barring no changes before 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Oh my god, Friday too. Yeah.
Be careful, don't go pro.
Can't have you be that way all day.
Oh, on the entry ramp. Now's not the time to go 90. The time to go 90 is when we're on the highway.
Can't have you be this way all day.
Did you calculate wrong in your head?
No, you calculated wrong last night.
How? 6 hours. Yo, where we headed? San Diego. San Diego. Tonight, on the way. 5 to 8 o'clock. Where we at, Spot? Crazy Goose. Crazy Goose! I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna broadcast from the car, start the broadcast later. How do we communicate with the people there? What do you want to do? Go over potential game plans.
I told you, I gave you the 2 contingencies. One, I make calls now because it's a Friday, summer Friday before a holiday weekend, and I catch the right people, or we
Do the
risk
show.
it doing the show from the car.
We're still 2.5 hours away, and it says we're gonna get there exactly 5 o'clock. We can play a tickle sax, like 3 tickle sax songs, and be 10 minutes delayed, if that makes sense, right?
So, do we have anything in the can we can play?
Whatever you had in your can, you just fucking let loose. What are you gonna pay? You gotta be like, I'm telling you, you gotta be like a pit crew.
Right. So
Bam,
I
bam,
can start the tank running and pay.
I'll change for clothes. Covino will get the kit. Remember the plan?
Let's go.
Boom, boom, boom. I think we did okay. I think we're a little... What happened? You couldn't get a credit card going?
No.
That slowed us up for 30 seconds. Our handoff at the bathroom cape was synergy.
It was. Do I even pump anymore?
The other cables, Matt?
Set one, how it goes.
What's up, man?
And it's Rich in the car.
Yeah,
Right.
they're gonna be
What's
pretty
the
low.
volume?
They're gonna be pretty
In
low.
the car. Check 2. Mike Ditka, Dick Butkus.
About to make radio history. Broadcasting live from the car. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
We are live. It is the road trip part 2. It's the final stretch, and we are on our way to the Crazy Goose in San Diego. And I say on our way because we are broadcasting live from the car.
I can't believe we're actually live in the car on the radio. Has anyone ever broadcasted from a Dodge Caravan?
Probably
No,
not.
I'll tell you right now. You know how very rarely in life you could say, I'm the only person that's ever done this?
Yeah.
No, that's the truth. How many times, like, hey, I'm the only guy that's ever done this with a woman. No, most likely a guy's done that. Hey, you know, I'm the first person whose parents ever did this when I was a kid. Probably not the case. I guarantee no one else can ever say that they broadcasted live from a Dodge Caravan.
As Spot is bobbing and weaving just to get there at a salvageable time because we have people waiting.
We're going to be there within 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, we're on our way, we're close, but we had to get on the air.
I think San Francisco, the people we met there, no offense to the other cities, there's just something about the people we had last night.
Oh, great mix of people, just a lot of fun. All the old faces and the familiar faces, and some of the new faces, just an all-around great time. One of the best times we had was last night. So thank you so much, San Francisco, for welcoming us and for
just
bringing the
really,
fun.
Really good people.
Everyone that was there. Some people had to dip off early, and it was still nice to meet you guys. Thanks so much, San Francisco, for a great night.
We're in the car broadcasting.
In the car.
So what's gonna happen? Are we gonna walk in with holding this thing? This is unbelievable.
Do you hear this, Carls?
I'm gonna be very gentle with this.
Hang on.
All right,
Getting out of the car, Carls.
Take off your headphones.
Okay, hold on.
Hand them to me for a second. I'll carry it until you come up. Wait, hold on. Here you go. We actually, Spot, give me the Wi-Fi. I'll hold that, right? Yeah.
Crazy Goose Bar and Lounge. Isn't it amazing the technology we're able to do this? We're doing a national broadcast as we walk into the bar. Covino and Rich live from Crazy Goose in San Diego. CovinoandRich.com. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for waiting. Sorry to be late, but we're really not because we were on the air on time. That's all that matters.
This is a great song for spin class. This is my beatbook jam. I'm really listening to her lyrics, and she's absolutely right. They're gonna play my
I did not. Oh, that was good. You know what? Maybe when I said that, it wasn't as bad. That was one of the worst.
Big up to the Covino and Rich Road Tour.
Road trip 2 in the books.
In the books. Thank you,
Put it in the
Vancouver. Thank you, Seattle, Washington. Thank you,
Portland, Oregon.
Oh my God.
San Francisco.
Great time.
Now San Diego.
Thank you.
5 cities.
5 cities, and we love you all, and thank you for coming and partying with us and listening to us every day.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Until the next time. Hope you enjoyed the conclusion of the CNR West Coast Road Trip, Part 5, Day 5, San Diego. Again, we didn't make it there on time, but we improv'd, and that's the beauty of Spot. He made it happen. Way to go, Spotty boy.
Yeah, buddy.
And a great time. I remember arriving there. I remember the great vibe. Like, you know, again, taking it all in, like, yeah, man, all these cool places are not that far from where we're living now.
Broadcasting from the car was a first.
The highlight.
I
Was that
felt
where we
like,
And by the way, looking back, Spot, I don't think anybody at Sirius XM really truly understood
what we were doing and how we were making it happen. That shit was real. That shit was something that nobody else was doing. And looking back, I'm really proud of what we accomplished.
You know why it wasn't appreciated? Because it was a very like organic.
Yeah.
Well, because we weren't in a submarine with John Fugelsang.
Yeah, like.
But that was the beauty of what satellite radio was supposed to be back then. We were the ones doing it, man. We were creating some new stuff.
It was a true road trip vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm sure other shows, it's like there's flying out engineers and there's expenses and crazy shit.
We were on our own.
Like we were on our own. We had our little kit. We showed up. We plugged in. We broadcasted, unplugged and left. And we got it done. And it felt good. It wasn't like the most polished of broadcasts or connections. Sometimes we had dropouts. But it was done. And it was like, it was executed. And that's why I think people like, you know, like the people looked down on it a little bit because they were like, no engineers, what's going on?
But that was only internally. Everyone else, our listeners and people appreciated these.
Internally.
For sure. We came, we saw, we conquered, we partied with some great people.
I want to remember that. Who's that cool dude that was tatted up and he had like he brought like a hot girlfriend?
That's a lot of people.
No. Like,
how many people were there?
No.
Tatted up hot girlfriend, bro?
No, hold on.
Let me see if I can find a photo of them.
You'll know who it is. I feel shitty for even drawing a blank.
Let's see.
Our buddy Andre doing shots.
Girlfriend, bro.
More shots. More drinks.
Let's see.
Keep it rolling. That guy.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
Who was that dude? He was like a regular listener of ours.
Honestly, I can't even see it from here. So, but either way, what
You
about
can't
him?
see that?
No. What about him?
When are you getting glasses?
Doesn't matter.
next
We're
road
doing
trip?
a special.
By the next road trip?
I don't think Rich gives two shits about the guy. He's
Remember,
more,
she was like,
That's
he's more
Billy
curious.
Bob Thornton. What's his name?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Talking about. That's he listens to our show every day still.
I know. That's why I'm
Billy Bob Thornton.
I feel like an asshole, but I'm giving him love and shouts.
Well, maybe, dumbass. You should have thought about it before you talked
Maybe
about
you should
it.
get some glasses.
And then I would have thought about his name. That's I call him Billy Bob Thornton. Dang it. You put me on the spot. But I know who he is, of course. What about him?
Well, I was gonna say I remember hanging with him. I remember he was just a fun guy.
Gee, I wonder why you were.
And now he's gonna be watching. Like, I wish fucking they remembered my name in the moment.
Now he's gonna
Dumbass.
cancel. Now he's gonna cancel.
No, I'll cancel. I'll take
Of course I know, because he just hit us up recently too. Jesus.
God damn.
Way to make us look like we don't care. But I do, because I had a great time. And there I am in my Stillhouse t-shirt. And just a great, great time. Maddie did a great job editing. But you got to realize too, not to bring a somber vibe into this, but you know, now I'm going back to face the reality of I never went back to my house again. That was it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
After this,
Pause. When we finished that broadcast, did we then drive back to LA or how do we get back to, I don't remember that part of it, Spot. Why do I not remember that? Because it was like, hey, we're done. I mentally checked out. How do we get from San Diego back to LA?
Yeah, we just drove back.
Like it was like that night and we were like, yeah.
We
Did we stay the weekend? I totally forget.
No, because we didn't. Oh, it's like to minimize expense. We didn't stay in San Diego. We just drove home.
Jeez, what company guys we were. I'm glad they took care of us.
and Spot, if you really want to edit a miserable picture, because it would take me a second to find it, I could show you where I stayed. I stayed on my sister's couch for the next 6 months, living out of plastic bags. That's the true story. So after this trip, I never went back home.
No one needs to see that.
Yeah, well, then that's the reality. So I really did
Let's
embrace
not
as
end
much
this-
fun as I could have.
We had so much
with Billy
fun.
Bob Thornton and all the people we met along the
I
way.
fucking love that guy. Now I feel bad. I don't remember his name off the
You
top
should
of my
feel
head.
bad because that's what you get for being a bozo.
Yeah.
And I really had a great time, and I took it in because I knew I was heading back to a really glum reality.
Let's go through this. Oh, how could I forget? San Francisco generated the greatest photo of all time. The two of you hanging off the side of a fucking cable car.
It was great.
Are you
Making
sure?
memories, making friends. And we want to thank, this is a time to thank our buddy Matt for coming along that journey and putting that together. Want to thank the people that came out to hang with us. Even though we don't remember everybody by name, I remember everybody's face. And I remember the times we had for sure. I remember the shirt I wore. But I thank you guys for giving us a fun experience when I was going through something personally that sucked ass. And just a great time looking back, man. That was the first of how many more road trips did we have after that?
We did the Midwest.
That was the second of.
And
No, we
and,
did,
and we did the East Coast, and we did 2 more after that.
So
I'm pretty sure.
that
right?
was the second of 4 road trips.
I feel like was the Midwest our last one?
Yeah, which means
due for another one.
We're due for another one, guys.
Due for another one.
I don't think I can do it again.
Hey, Spot, I sent
have the
you
heart, literally.
just to give a little perspective where we were to wrap up the special. I sent you 2 videos, but before I show you those videos, I sent you 2 videos. There's a Sarah one and there's a Hawaii one. The Sarah one comes first. But before you play those, within weeks of returning from our road trip, this picture was taken in the elevator of SiriusXM. I just texted it to you.
What's the significance?
Where we were at this point of our life. Because I think the look on your face shows that these are tears of a clown because you were hurting on the inside.
I mean, I was sort of just zombieing my way through things. Oh, yeah.
It was the day of the D. Snyder interview. Where
in our LA studios.
Then you mocked me forever with the
our new LA studios again.
Man, it was fat.
Yeah, funny. Look at that. We're making fun of Rich. Oh man, it's been great making fun of Rich all these years.
But yeah, so you came back. Listen, we've gone through times where you've been happy, I've been miserable. I've been miserable, you've been happy. I've been happy, you've been sad. Like we go through these patterns.
Always been miserable.
Patterns. But I was unaware that this was going down while we were on our road trip. Sarah made this video for me, and she later showed me.
BBB. I am at Target now, and I am about to figure out how to tell your dad we're having you. So, what's up, little one?
That was what Sarah was doing while we were on the road trip, freaking out that she was pregnant.
No way.
Isn't that crazy? So that was going down while we were on the road trip.
That's awesome.
Oh, fuck. I remembered it.
What?
Jason Brothers.
Jason Brothers.
That's my brother.
Billy Bob Thornton. Jason Brothers.
Like, you know why it confused me? It confused me because
I know why I confused you, because you were distracted by this girl's ass.
Yeah. No, because
creeping on his girl.
No, because I was like, brother. No, he's not a brother. Jason Brothers.
Thank you.
Jason
hey, you know what? That's
Brothers.
a testament to that we met so many cool people along the way. But Jason, we love you
know
too.
that I feel shitty for even blanking for a second.
Jason knows I know. So hey,
what do you know?
You guys
Jason
are
Brothers.
all special to us, and we appreciate it. Thanks for coming back along that journey with us. 2016, the CNR West Coast road trip. We hope you enjoyed it.
Hey, we'll see you guys. Arrivederci, baby.
See you on the next road trip. See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
It's my own mistake. I was sold away by this haunted past that's standing right behind me. And I know the way to live better days, but I choose to not take advantage, 'cause my mind wants to destroy the simpleness of joy. So I'm sitting back at square one